Hey everyone, Darren Adair with American Hospitality Consulting. Welcome to our next session of Great Minds Minis. I'm very excited to have with us today Greg Getzinger from Portion Padl. Greg is the owner and the inventor of Portion Padl. And Greg, thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. So let's just start off. Why don't you tell us what is Portion Padl?
Well, Portion Padl is a pizza cutting board that is designed to cut pizzas into equal slices. It's very simple to use. It's easy to clean. It's something where someone with no restaurant experience can immediately just start being able to cut pizzas into equal slices. So it's the simplest pizza cutting tool out there to cut pizzas into equal slices.
Nice. Now, I assume there's a story about why you created Portion Padl.
Yes, yeah. I used to own my own pizza business, and I was I one of my business goals was to increase business, obviously, and but my idea was to get the pizza into the hands of the kids. Typically, it's the kids that tell the parents where they want to eat the pizza.
Right.
So I started contacting local schools to see if I could do a school lunch account, and so I figured once they start having my pizza every week, they start telling their parents on the weekends where they want their pizza. And it
Makes
worked.
sense.
The first one, though, was where I had an issue. I got it. About a month in with my first school lunch count, they were buying 55 pizzas every Friday for pizza day. That was a
Nice.
decent order.
Yeah.
And and they I got a call about a month in. The nutritionist, she called up and she said, "We're having some problems with your pizza." And I first thought maybe we're delivering them late. Maybe they're getting there cold.
Right.
Instead, she said that we're cutting the pizzas unequally, and the kids were only buying the bigger slices and pushing away the smaller slices.
Right.
I had no idea that was such a big issue. And so I was tasked by her to either solve the problem or lose the account.
Wow.
And so I tried a couple of the products that were out on the market. They weren't efficient. In a restaurant, and the kitchen is very busy, and it's I kind of classify it as like organized chaos.
Yep.
But you don't want something that's cumbersome. You don't want something that's not going to be efficient. And the things I bought just weren't efficient. So I one morning I woke up with this idea, and I drew it out. I started working on it that morning, and I by the following week I had a prototype put together. We tested it. It worked out great. The employees liked it, and it saved the school lunch account. And from there, I developed every school in my area were buying pizzas from me because I could guarantee that the pizzas would be cut into equal slices. And so that became one of my sales pitches. Not only do I have good tasting pizza, but now you don't have to worry about the pizzas ever being cut unequally. And it worked. I
Nice.
generated over $100,000 in sales every year just from the schools and school lunches, the concession stands, booster clubs, you name it, they were all buying it from me by the time I sold my pizza business.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So I was going to ask you what type of results you've seen from this, but you've just shared some of that. But from the clients that you've got that are using Portion Paddle, what are some of the things that they're telling you? Why do they like it? Why has it been so successful?
Well, it is, again, I think the biggest takeaway from it is it increases their profits. I cite an example. One of the largest grocery chains out there. I'm not going to name which one. There are a lot of them out there, but
Right.
one of them they sell a lot of they make fresh pizza in their store, and that's now kind of a big thing these days.
Yep.
And so you can buy pizza by the slice at the stores. And I actually did a kind of like a case study, so I could share it with the industry. And I went to their store, one of their stores, and bought a couple slices at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday when it's slow. And they had 5 pizzas out. None were taken. So I got to choose which slice I wanted. And
Right.
so I chose the biggest slice from 2 of the pizzas. And they were huge. They wouldn't even fit in the slice box. And the lady who was putting the slices in the box, she even made that comment that they wouldn't even fit in the slice box. And so I asked her, I said, well, if I bought those, what are you going to do with the small slivers on the other side? And she said, we just throw them out. And now this grocery store at the time, I'm sure they doubled by now, but back then they had 400 locations. And if they're selling them at $3, $3.50 a slice is what they're selling them for. And they're throwing out a slice or two. I estimate probably about 5 or 6 slices every day. But if you go with 4 slices a day and you're losing $3.50 per slice per day, and then you have that's 365 days multiplied by 400 locations, that means the company's losing in small slices being thrown out about $1.7 million in sales, and probably about half of that in profits, gross profits of about 750,000 in profits. The numbers really add up. It's such a small thing that to overlook that could cause such a loss in profits that you wouldn't even realize it, because if it weren't the fact that I walked in as, I was kind of like a secret shopper. You know, I
Right.
just walked up and asked the question, what do you do with those small slices? Now, if the boss asked that question, what are you doing with the smaller slices? I think they'd say, well, we're cutting them into equal slices. You know,
Probably.
so, so, but, but the reality is that's what's happening. So my
Right.
customers know that. They know that they're losing money, and they're looking for a product that improves the kitchen efficiencies,
Right.
because you can have the newest employee that's never cut a pizza in their life start cutting equal slices the very first time and not really know why he's cutting or she's cutting the pizza into equal slices, what the reason or the intent is for. So
Right.
that's how simple it is to use.
Awesome. Well, I mean, you're growing sales and you're reducing costs. I mean, what restaurant doesn't want to do that?
Right,
Sounds like a
right.
bit of a no-brainer. So if
Exactly.
people are interested and they want to learn more about Portion Paddle, what should they do?
They can go to on my website. The website is www.portionpadl, and that's PORTION PAD as in David, L's in Lincoln.com. My patent attorneys and trademark attorneys said you have to spell it a little bit differently to be able to get the trademark. So it's not because I didn't use spell check. Just spell cattle.
Love
So,
it.
or give me a call. The company phone number is 330-608-5928. The other big thing too is that the Portion Paddle is custom made to each customer's pizza size and slice application. So you're going to get a Portion Paddle made for your pizzas and the number of slices that you want to cut them into.
Awesome. Well, Greg, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it. It was great to learn more about Portion Paddle, and I look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.